Claude reminds me of a very motivated, very like smart, awesome, productive worker that have no brain. Not in like he's stupid. No, he just can't remember anything really. And what we can do about it? Solution is very simple, really. All we need to do is to give Claude a permanent memory. And how we can do that? We can, there is like a different ways, but the common step for every way will be giving Claude access to write files on your computer. And if you use a desktop version of web version, I don't know, it will be either connectors or extensions inside your settings, and you need to click browse extensions and install a file system extension. Basically, this file system extension will give access for a code to read files, write files, create, edit, and like so on. So work with the files on your computer, basically. And this is it. If like to summarize everything, this is it. You can do it. You can have a permanent memory, a very straightforward and not very smart way, or a very smart way. And I will explain you what I mean actually by that. So you can just save everything, like instruct your Claude to save everything in a Word document that it will create, or in text document, or create a folder on your desktop and save everything in a text format there. But it's not very smart. And if you are not on a max plan, if you're on a free or pro plan, it will cost. So basically, like reading, writing, accessing, changing, editing, will cost a lot of tokens, and it can be challenging. So how we can actually optimize this process? Very easy. Claude have original native files for Claude is .md, and I'm using, for example, Obsidian for a couple of years already, and you can access Obsidian on obsidian.md, and basically Obsidian is saving every working file as MD file. What exactly Obsidian is? It's, if you know what Notion is, so like it's basically a database. Just like it's like Wikipedia. It have like an article and another article, and this article connect to that article, and basically like the concept is a Wikipedia concept really. And you can, if you want, you can just work with Obsidian as any text editor really, but it makes no sense. So basically all we need to do, we need to install Obsidian, and right now I'm on my Mac. If you are using Linux, great, it have a Linux version. If you are using Windows, great, it have a Windows version, so you can install it on any system. By the way, everything that I'm explaining can be achieved on a free tier, but it have paid, not costing a lot of money, but like still it have paid tier, and like maybe I will explain how paid tier will be beneficial, but in a nutshell, you shouldn't worry about paid version at all. So you install Obsidian to your laptop, notebook, computer, and all you need to do is to, after you install in file system, so I hope you already installed file system, is to first ask Claude, can you tell me if you already have access to file system? Yeah, so basically it will fire a new extension and we'll check if it have access to file system in general or not. So yes, I have access to file system, and it will write where exactly to have access. And next we need to, let's say we install Obsidian on a desktop, and we will take Claude that I just install Obsidian on my desktop. Can you check if you have access to it? Oh my God, yeah. That's right. Yeah, I have access to Obsidian Vault, blah, blah, blah. And if you'll give like a list of vaults inside Obsidian that it have access to, for you, it will be blank. For me, it's like I have a business, Claude, clients, family, personal, and research vaults. All you need to do then is to instruct Claude how you want this Obsidian vault to be structured. So first of all, again, we need to instruct Obsidian that I want you. So I will not type it, but you should type something like, I want you to use Obsidian as your permanent memory, and I want you to create a new vault, and you will name it like Claude, for example, and I want you to store all your memory inside this vault. And yeah, that's all. And it will create a new vault. I have numbers vaults here. And we'll start saving everything there. Next, what you should do, so you will not fire kind of memory saving to Obsidian every time. You should instruct Claude that everything meaningful, I want you to push to Obsidian automatically. Next, again, what you should do is every time when you are answering to my question and doing research or doing something, I want you to try to access Obsidian Vault and check if it's like we have any relevant information there that maybe shape your understanding of the question. And with these 3 prompts, you basically solve a permanent memory problem. I strongly suggest you to have different vaults inside Obsidian, and it's just smart thing to do, really. If you are doing like so how I structure my memory, I have one vault just called Claude. I have like everything related to Claude there. I have my skills inside Claude. I have my memory inside Claude. I instruct Claude to have a log file if you are like changing something, and so it will not make the same mistakes again. So like it's just great. Then I have my personal vault. It's like my personal information, mainly about my health, really. Then I have my family vault. Again, it's a kind of personal, but about my family. And I have business and clients. They can maybe you're wondering how they're different. Business is basically I have inside methodology, some kind of business information in general. And for clients, I have a vault specifically for a client, for every client. So basically, I'm instructing Claude that if I will have a new client, I will tell you that I have a new client, like this, his name is like this name. I want you to create a new page or a new vault inside, like sub vault inside a main vault, and store every information there. So I'm storing for clients, I'm storing like communications there. I'm syncing my communications from Slack to the vault. So I will again, like you can kinda add your Claude to your just to Obsidian. So you can have like a separate sidebar here, and you can work inside Obsidian with Claude. You can add Obsidian to your Slack. You can add Obsidian Claude. You can add Claude to your Slack. You can add Claude everywhere, but it like your workflow will be very fragmented. In my case, I'm using Claude as a one user interface basically, and if I want to pull information about my communication with a client like from 2 months ago, and I like he's asking me something, and I don't like from on top of my head I don't have an answer, and I'm not sure if he was talking about it before. I'm just like typing to Claude that can you I don't know, can you pull information from a chat log from this client, blah blah blah, you know. And yeah, and it's like yeah, he was talking with, let's say, Jack about this topic, and he was talking about like this thing specifically, you know. Makes sense. So basically I have everything about clients in a client vault per client. And research, basically when I'm doing some kind of self-explanatory when I'm doing some kind of research. Two kind of life hacks that I suggest you to do. First will be to use Claude for, if you're using Claude Chat and Claude Code, you understand that they are using different skill system, and it's kind of frustrating, really. So in a nutshell, how you should use Claude Chat. It's basically for a token, it's like a token client, and for research. But when you want to do something, you need to do it with Claude Code. And skills that you create inside Claude Code and inside Claude Chat, they are not talking with each other. And it's frustrating. So in my case, I instruct Claude Chat and Claude Code to upload skills inside Obsidian, and I instruct them to sync to Symlink. So basically, inside Claude Cowork, I have like a task, and again, I'm very simple. I'm just like talking inside Cowork, and I'm telling that Claude Chat and Claude Code using different file systems, skill systems, and I want it to be unified. I want them to talk to each other, and can you do something about it? And Claude Cowork have a script that basically matching skills onto systems, and if some kind of discrepancy, let's say that I update my skill in Claude Code, it push it automatically to Claude Chat also. And I'm doing it with Obsidian as a mediator. Hope it makes sense. And this is kind of fun, small life hack. Really useful for me, at least. Another will be that we want to have as many backups of our information as possible. It's great that we have everything inside Obsidian, right? But it's sitting on your computer just. So in my case, I was thinking about it, and I have like a backup on top of a backup. I will explain. So first layer is my Obsidian, my actual Obsidian that's sitting on my laptop. Then my Obsidian, because I'm using macOS, I create a Claude folder with a memory on a desktop, and my desktop is automatically backing up with iCloud. So I have everything inside iCloud as a backup also. Another way, I instruct Claude to connect to my GitHub and upload my Obsidian to a GitHub. And again, I have with a Cowork kind of a script that every 4 hours matching my Obsidian vault with my GitHub private repository and syncing information. So if something updated on my laptop, it will be pushed every 4 hours to GitHub. So I have file system. I have a Obsidian on my laptop. I have Obsidian in a cloud, on iCloud, and I have Obsidian on my GitHub. And yeah, in case if something will happen, who knows? In case if something will happen, and I'm very, not 100%, but I'm very, very sure that my memory, all my working files, everything will be saved, so I can sleep safely, really. And basically that's it. Yeah. No deep thoughts, nothing, just like I just want to share a very useful use case with you, really.